So what if the very place that's supposed to help us grow is actually holding us back? I mean, really stunting our potential? That's the huge, explosive question William Blake asks in his poem, The Schoolboy. And today, we're going to dive deep and unpack his powerful take on education, using just this single page from a textbook as our guide.
Our journey is going to follow the boy's own experience. We'll start out in the pure joy of a summer morning, then feel that sudden drop into sadness when school starts. After that, we'll decode the incredible metaphors from nature that Blake uses to talk about this pain, and we'll finish up with his urgent warning, a message that honestly still rings so true today.
You know, this one question, it's pretty much the heart of the whole poem. Blake saves it for the end, but it's the idea that everything else is building towards. It's this profound question about consequences, like what really happens when we crush the spirit of a kid. Let's keep that in the back of our minds as we rewind to the beginning.
So the poem kicks off in a world that is just bursting with life. It's a perfect summer morning, but all that joy gets completely shattered the moment the boy thinks about school. And right there, that's the central battle of this poem, the amazing freedom of nature clashing head-on with the rigid, suffocating walls of the classroom.
It's almost like Blake is painting a picture of two totally different worlds, right next to each other. On one side, you've got birds singing, the sun shining, it's all about freedom. But then, on the other side, there's the school, which he calls a cruel eye outworn. Wow, what a phrase! It suggests it's not just a building, it's this constant draining feeling of being watched, judged, and worn down. And you can really see how Blake builds this contrast with his choice of words. It's so intentional. To really feel that initial happiness, let's zoom in on how he creates that atmosphere, which is exactly what the first question in our guide is about. And when you actually look for those words of joy in the opening lines, they are everywhere. Blake floods the world with sound. You've got birds singing, a distant hunter's horn, the skylark. It's like a symphony of freedom and pure happiness.
But then, bam! Everything changes. The walls close in. That second stanza just hits you like a storm cloud, and all of that vibrant morning energy, it just disappears the second school is mentioned. And the shift is just so stark, it's almost jarring. The poem literally goes from singing to sighing. Joyful sounds are replaced by dismay. Blake uses this sudden flip in language to make us feel the boy's spirit just wilting in real time.
So that brings us back to that incredible phrase, a cruel eye outworn. Our guide asks us, what does this really mean? Is Blake just talking about, a rundown classroom, or is it something much, much deeper than that?
And yeah, the answer is number 3. It points to something way bigger, the entire dull, uninspiring life at school. So a cruel eye isn't just one mean teacher, it's the whole oppressive system that makes learning feel like a chore instead of an adventure. Okay, so to really drive this point home, Blake does something brilliant. He shifts from talking about the boy's personal feelings to these big, universal metaphors from nature. He's basically asking a simple, powerful question. How can you expect a bird to sing if you put it in a cage? The same thing he's arguing is true for a child. He uses this word, nipped. And if you remember the phrase, to nip something in the bud, it means to stop it, to destroy it right at the beginning. It's such a perfect and brutal metaphor. Blake is saying that this kind of schooling isn't just a bad day, it's actively destroying a child's potential before it even has a chance to grow. And he keeps this powerful metaphor going with the phrase, stripped of joy. In his mind, children are like these delicate, tender plants. If you take away their joy, which is basically the sun and water they need to grow, how can you possibly expect them to ever blossom? It's a devastatingly simple and effective argument. So all of these feelings and metaphors, they're all building to the poem's final stanza. And this isn't just a nice little conclusion, it's a direct, powerful warning. It's addressed to parents, to teachers, to all of us, really. So check this out. Right here, in the final stanza, Blake totally shifts his focus. He stops talking about the boy and turns to address the parents directly. Oh, father and mother. He lays out the consequences using those same metaphors from nature, making one last, heartfelt plea. He asks them straight up, if you nip the buds and you blow the blossoms away, if you destroy a child's natural spirit in the sprinting day of their youth, what do you think is going to happen later?
How can they possibly grow into a joyful, productive summer? And the unspoken answer, of course, is that they can't.
And so we come full circle, right back to Blake's haunting question, but framed in a new way for us to think about. What happens to a harvest when you crush the blossoms? The poem's final, powerful warning is that a joyful childhood isn't some luxury. It's the absolute foundation for a fruitful life. And crushing that joy, Blake tells us, has consequences for every single one of us.